All right, so the question I was given was ever since COVID-19 became relevant to the world, um, I guess not really relevant to the world. The way I phrased it was relevant to the individual. Um, when COVID became relevant to that individual, what was the question or the thought or thoughts in that matter that was going through their mind the most um, from then up until now? So I know my dad answered it, and then I had my girlfriend and her sister answer it. So enjoy.
COVID-19. What comes to my mind since that epidemic, or we're all in this together? Uh, we're not all in this together. What it proves is chemical warfare is the way to go. People are gross. People don't wash their hands. People don't stay in their own social space. Um, even before you know social distancing became aware, uh, people just don't keep to themselves like they should. And there again, people are gross. They don't wash their hands. What Walmart shopping carts are 90% plus test for fecal matter on the handles. What about everything else they touch in the store? What about the keypads? What about the door handles? It, it's a wonder we just don't implode and die within 6 months of being born in this world. Chemical warfare, that'll get us.
All right. So when this all started, we both kind of had a sense of removal from the situation because it was overseas, it was in China, it seemed like they had it under control. So neither of us, a lot of people in the US really weren't worrying about it. But once it got here and it started affecting local jobs and like our friends and our family members, and then eventually like us, we started to realize like, oh, this is actually happening. This is real. This is more serious than a lot of people thought it was going to be until it was too late to handle it properly. Uh so yeah, cuz I all my classes are online now. Both of our classes are online now. So that was the biggest like life change.
It was super weird, like, that moment whenever school had just been canceled for, like, a week, and then we got the messages that it was gonna be canceled for, like, the rest of the year, and that was when I realized that it was serious. Cause yeah, it was in the United States, but it still wasn't affecting me until school shut down, and I was like, "Wow, I probably need to be taking this more seriously than I am."
Mhm. And then after everything started shutting down and people started taking it seriously is when I started to you know be a little more concerned for like family members and like close friends who were like more at risk for all this, but it still isn't something that's like at the forefront of my mind all the time because
Mhm.
I know and trust that my family and friends are taking care of themselves and understand that they need to be taking precautions. And um on my own side, I'm taking precautions. I'm not going to see them, or I'm just calling them and talking to them and not having any physical contact with them in that same kind of way. um well, my biggest concern is with her and my mom, since they're both essential workers. They're both out of the house most often, being in contact with other people that we don't know who, may not be taking. So it's concerning to have them go out and then come back to us, and then maybe unknowingly bring it back to us because someone else they came in contact with wasn't being responsible, or even if they were, they didn't know they were carrying, because you don't know if you're a carrier for a while. um but I trust that at least she and my mom are taking precautions when they get home and being safe and smart about it to the best of their abilities.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm an essential worker because I work at Freddy's. Um, but I'm only 16. I don't really rely on an income to like live. So, a lot of things, a thing that's been going through my mind a lot is like, should I be, like giving my hours to these other people that actually need them because I don't rely on it. But I still do work like once a week. And yeah, there's always that constant worry of like taking this person's credit card and, like you don't know what they're doing, so you just kind of have to, sanitize your hands, wash your hands, take your clothes off when you go home. It's just like super weird that that's a part of like my routine now because you never had to worry about that before. And I think that even after this is all over, people are just going to be generally more like attentive to those types of things, aware, more aware to those types of things.
And I just kind of thinking about it now, it is good that you're still going in every once in a while, because even those essential workers who rely on this income, they still need a break. They
Mhm.
still need to go home and relax and make sure they're taking care of themselves outside of work. So even though you may not need the income or anything like that, it's still good to be there to support the other people who really need to be there, but can't afford, like emotionally, even to be there all the time.
Yeah.
So